Welcome to the MLG Spring Championship Kespa Qualifiers. This is the round of 8 highlights here. My name is Whiplash, casting along with Supernova Maniac, and let's go ahead and hop into the game here. Spawning the top left-hand position, the blue Protoss player from KT Rolster. His name is Stats.
His opponent is from STX, so spawning as purple Protoss on the right bottom position. His name is Trap.
Alright, so we have two A-teamers that often play in Pro League here, going against each other. Stats, I'd say overall, is probably the favorite here, more powerful as well. And Trap, on the other hand, he's not a bad player. He's got a lot of experience in Pro League, but he doesn't have the same record and results as Stats.
And you know what, just personally, I like the color purple. I like how players can pick a different color in these qualifiers, and Trap actually getting a purple color seems a little bit refreshing.
Yeah, we're so used to seeing the same standard colors in
blue, red, yellow, green.
Occasionally
orange.
Yeah, occasionally orange from SK Telecom.
That's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. So the purple, pretty new here. And also sometimes you get to see the custom decals here. We're so used to the Pro League decals for each of the teams, so we're seeing the normal ones for once. And looks like we're not going to see any proxies today, at least right now.
Well, this is set number 1, which means that these two players, they're just trying to warm up a little bit, trying to see how their opponents are today. So they're just trying to play a solid game. Yeah,
testing the waters, so to speak.
I mean, this is a best of 3 series, not a best of 1 series.
Yeah, indeed it is. So we have the double gas being taken here from Stats, and Trap hasn't taken his second gas yet. He should pretty soon. And if he doesn't take that after a while, then that indicates that he may be going for a very fast warp. Kind of dead in Heart of the Swarm, though, and yeah, we see that second gas get taken, so none of those shenanigans anymore, man. That build died towards the end of Wings of Liberty.
Goodbye, 4-Gate.
4-Gate, we knew you very well, and don't come back.
Yeah, just die along with Tolerant Altar.
No, man, I think die along with Steps of War. Well, yeah,
that's like far back.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. I guess like Tal'Dorei Maltar was the PvP 4-Gate map even after metagame changes, like the 3-Gate Stalker opening.
It's like I laughed at all those people trying to go for 3-Gate Stalker. I'm like, 3-Gate Stalker, I'm going to go for 4-Gate, and you're going to lose no matter what.
Speaking of 3-Gate Stalker openings, looks like that's what Trap wants to do this game as he opens up the double gateway build. We do have Stalkers on the way for both players. Stats going for 1 gateway instead of 2. We have Trap having 2 gateways right here, and the player with 2 gateways generally can be a little bit more aggressive earlier on in the game.
A little bit more aggressive, but also just trying to play everything safe a little bit, because yes, they can play aggressive, but they're not going to die to any timing pushes, early timing pushes from their opponent.
Yeah, it's really like pretty much the safest way to open possible.
Yeah, so Stats is going to be the one who puts up a faster tech than his opponent.
Yeah, I like this Trap. He's going to scout a little bit with his Mothership Core. He's going to check the common proxy locations. But at that 4th base on the bottom part of the map, you do see a lot of Stargates and proxy tech go down there in this matchup, especially from Protoss players. And we do have a very fast expansion on the way from Stats as well. Gonna be just playing this as greedy as he can be.
Now, is that actually Stats' probe on the left side or Trap's probe? I think that's Stats.
That is a Trap's probe, actually.
We'll double check on that a little bit later, but we do have a Robo follow-up, which is a standard follow-up after getting the Nexus first. Not first, but early Nexus in PvP.
Yeah, early expansion. This is pretty much the greediest expansion you can get in PvP that like is still viable, I want to say. If you went for like a Nexus first or something, then your opponent could kind of just kill you with a really early rush.
The reason why you could do that in PvP nowadays is because you have the Mothership Cannon to defend the Nexus, and unless your opponent went for something like 4-Gate, which is kind of dead, or really early 3-Gate pressure, you can't. You will finish the Nexus, and you will put down the Nexus Cannon in time to defend the Nexus.
All right, well, it looks like we have some pressure here from Trap. The Mothership Core from Stats needs to stay alive here. The Nexus is about to finish here, so...
very really close. He needs to save it. Oh, he gets it at the last second. So now Trap can actually harass at the natural.
Trap, all he should do right now is continue to warp in more units and attack this expansion here. The Stats is going to be forced on the defensive. He needs to chrono out the Immortal. Luckily for Stats, the Nexus has a lot of health and shields on it, so it's going to take a while before it gets picked off.
He needs a sentry over there to actually force field so that he could take on the Nexus right now.
Those sentries are still far away, though, and the Immortal is going to finish soon. Technically, Stats, if he moves out here with the Immortal, And the units here.
Nice
he'll be
force
okay,
field.
but yes, excellent move from Trap. He got the force field out at the last possible second to prevent these units from moving down the ramp. And with these additional sentries here are going to seal the deal. This expansion will end up falling.
And look at this Trap, knowing that he is so far ahead, he's getting double Stargate behind this.
A bit of a botched force field work here from Trap, though. He's going to lose a few units. Will end up killing the expansion, though, the important thing. And actually, there we go. That makes up for the early mistake. He's going to be able to force field off one sentry, and Zalt there will be able to pick up those extra Zalts potentially as well here, but instead he's going to go ahead and back up. He killed off the expansion. He's ahead in probes.
What?
But at the same
What?
time, Stats somehow...
Wait a minute!
He made a proxy pylon in Trap's base here, and he's going to be able to harass the Zealots, and he's going to see the double Stargate production as well.
Screw the Phoenixes, I'm just going to eat away on their probes. Those two Zealots inside the main base doing a lot of damage, and now he's going for a counterattack at the natural.
This is going to be a do-or-die situation for Trap. His tech has been revealed. He has a small vulnerability in his army composition right now. As Stats moves across the map with his main army bulk, and there's not a lot of defense at home for Trap.
Can we see the energy on the Mothership Core, if you can hear me? Because the thing is, I think he actually recalled, and he doesn't have that many units over here. He does have one for the Nexus Cannon. Nice force field. Can the Immortal get punished right now, or is he going to get picked off?
The Mothership Core is very smartly focus firing on that Immortal, and that's going to force away this Protoss army here. The Pylon about to get picked off.
But the Warpin finishes inside the main base.
Unfortunately, does not matter for Stats, as the Phoenix from Trap are going to be able to pick off one of them, and you know, one Zealot in the red health. Oh, okay, there he goes. He has just enough energy, and he saves that Zealot that has almost no health left. So Stats is going to go ahead and retake his expansion, but he is pretty far behind compared to his opponent Trap now.
Yeah, and now Trap, knowing that all he has to defend is getting Void Rays out behind his 2 additional gateways, so he's going to have nice production lead with 4 gateways compared to 3 gateways from Stats. But remember, now, second Nexus Cannon goes down as Stats is forced to pull back.
Yep, and Trap is going to lift up a few of these Stalkers here. We'll eventually be able to pick them off. I'd like to see him go for the Sentries instead. They're lighter, and they will get picked off faster, but it looks like Trap, for the most part, is going to be able to completely rout this army here. The Sentries are running away. Stats is so far behind in the work count as well. 27 to 39 workers, and I think that counter push from Trap may end up just completely ending the game here.
Yeah, well, Trap still needs to be careful because he wants to make sure that his opponent cannot catch him off guard. For example, a counter DT where Trap doesn't make any observers can catch him off guard. So he needs these Phoenixes alive. Killing these probes is nice, but the key point right now is scouting. Seeing what Stats is going to go for and trying to play as solid as possible. And
that's what he's doing there. He also, it looks like he's going to be able to pick off the Mothership Core. A few of the Zealots here. Yes, the Mothership Core does get killed by this Phoenix.
Look at the probe difference between the two
probe
players.
difference, look at the supply difference.
47 to 29, 75 supply from Trap to 46 of Stats.
It's looking pretty one-sided at this point.
Oh my
Stats
God.
is not out, but he's certainly down.
Yeah, he is certainly down as he's getting a Twilight Council behind this. And is he going to go for the Blink? Yes, he is. Nice choice against the Stargate. But I'm only saying it's a nice choice because he is so far behind in this game.
Trap is going to go ahead and go down the Robotech as well. He's going to get an Immortal out now, just about to complete, going for the Robotics Bay. That's going to allow him to build Colossus, which in this position, if you have the air superiority, you're ahead in supplies and economy. The Colossus are a great way to seal the deal.
Yeah, usually in this position, a Protoss player can only come back if they get enough Colossus and add in some Tempest to counter their opponent's Colossus. But the problem right now is, like you said, Trap has the air units out. He still has the Phoenixes alive for the scouting inside the main base. And the economy for Trap is fantastic right now. Around 50 probes right now, and he has around 20 probe lead compared to Stats.
I actually kind of wish that Trap would have continued his Phoenix production a little bit, because with the Phoenix, it's kind of a snowballing effect.
Yes.
If you're ahead and you continue making Phoenix, you can keep sniping off workers and ground units, and your opponent, they can't ever catch up in the Phoenix count, and their ground army is always going to be suffering. Trap now moving across the map. The Observer from Stats is going to scout this, but look at this army here. He's got Immortals, Sentries, a crap ton of Zealots behind this as well.
Honestly, if you ask me, I don't know how he can defend this attack. I don't know how Stats can actually defend this attack, as we have a forward pylon going down at the Naturals. Trap smells blood. He wants to go for the win right now.
Stats is going to need absolutely perfect force fields here, but look at that.
Even the force fields are not going to matter.
He doesn't have much of an armor here. Stats down to 5 Zealots, 6 Stalkers, and 3 Sentries. He can use the Mothership Cannon, but I mean, just looking at the armor from Trap, it's vastly superior to his opponents.
So it's really, if he really wants to make something like this work, oh, nice job by Trap trying to take out the Mothership Core for no cannon, but the Mothership Core does get saved.
Look at those Zealot reinforcements. It's time for Trap to move in here, and he's going to go for the attack.
He's going to go for the attack, but remember that's only Zealots and no Archons. Well, there is a Colossus in the back, and the Colossus should break the force field right now.
That Time Warp goes down on the Stalkers as well from Stats. The Blink not going to be too useful here, and the Stats,
that's going to be it.
Yeah, he's getting completely overrun. GG is called from Stats.
So that's it for round of 8, set number 1 between Stats and Trap. Here is an overall result.
Indeed, we have Rain going 2-1 versus Flying. And in the second game, Stats does end up going 2-0 against Trap after losing that game. Yep, 2-1 overall. And then after that, Tide defeats Saxry 2-0 and Effort 2-0's S2. So these are the results from the MLG group round of 8.